We all wanted to come together to support you.
I guess it's hard.
We're not here.
You can...
It started over the after.
You...
After the summer camp, each of unless I know by dawn.
That must be...
It is in this. How come? I mean, I'm the only freak going off the deep end. How stupid is that?
You're going through something awful outside of your decision to...
I don't feel...
What if we...
I don't...
I have something that... A sleeping bag.
Would you be...
Maybe, but...
I won't let any...
We've got this, Kaz.
I'm alright. Thank you. This isn't working.
Shh.
What if Aurea throws away the grain?
I
can't just lie here myself.
How about we...
Glad to see Lane's got you up on your feet. The Axel and I have opened up trade between our band and the Hearthsiders to support Sev's work with the Aeroliths. She seems... lighter since you got back from the source.
I'll have to check in with her and see for myself.
The relief efforts showed me it's difficult to pinpoint when a community is coming out of crisis. But there is one common marker. People start putting things on their calendar again. Could be as small as an appointment with your local apothecary, or as big as sending invitations to your wedding. You can't plan for the future when tomorrow's not a guarantee.
You think the Hearthsiders are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Not even close. But they're starting to live again regardless.
Hey, how you feeling?
I'm okay. I don't feel amazing. Actually, if they're not. I know I'm not being shunned or rejected for...
Sounds like you should keep sharing with us.
Yeah. Why did you do all that for me?
Wouldn't you do the same for anyone here in a heartbeat?
I would.
Then why wouldn't we do that for you?
I don't feel as deserving as everyone else here.
You are, Casmin.
Would you mind reminding me of that sometimes?
Every day, if you'd like.
We're lucky she made it out alive.
That's more than luck. Bryn's tough as calm steel for surviving all that.
That's for sure.
You were tremendous at the source. I'll admit, I was rather worried about you, but... well, you made it through. And, dare I say, defined a generation of weavers in the process. You've made history and lived to tell the tale. Tremendous work.
All in a day's work.
So few words for such a momentous achievement.
I need to keep that ego under control, after all.
I don't think anyone could blame you for having an inflated ego after taking down the greatest foe imaginable all by yourself.
And yet, I must restrain myself. What a cruel world. So, what's next on our to-do list?
Getting back into the thick of it already. Let me check my notes. I have a line of research I'd like to pursue. Come find me when you're ready.
Sounds interesting. I'm all over it.
I look forward to discussing it with you. It's been a remarkably difficult chapter for all of us. While there's still more to do, I think we can take a moment to congratulate ourselves on making it this far. Only then can we look forward. And after all, who knows what the future holds?
And after we congratulate ourselves, what then?
We get back to it, just like we always do.
Well said.
Bryn, I'd like to speak to you.
Oh,
Yes.
so
I come to you.
I
I tried. I've to put it. And you make. I'm sorry if this is inappropriate. We work and live together after all. But I couldn't go another day without bringing this to you.
so I had a hunch.
But. Right.
Are you okay?
My opinion of you is unwavering, Bryn.
I appreciate you.
No regrets when it comes to honesty.
Take all the time you need.
Talk later. So,
This sucks.
there's not a jot of. Though, I wish I had. But.
You're really great, Link.
I know. And I'll always approve.
Of course.
I'll let you go.
There she is.
I live!
I'll admit, you had us all...
I suppose the question now is, what's next?
Well, there's one very important thing. You are not allowed to die or make me think you died anymore.
Oh, spirits. Yes, of course. I can work very hard on the staying alive front, just for you.
All of us? Really? You didn't see the band's faces when the scry cut out. These people adore you. Anyway, beyond that, it's hard to say. I suppose we start to reclaim things. The Veil's not down, just stable. We work with that and see what other wild curves this place throws at us. And with you and your band here, I'm pretty sure we can handle anything. Hard to believe I have a ton.
The Axel seems so...
Haroon's also a...
At least we have control of the source.
You've been... Well, you tell me. Am I ready?
You're ready to be a Khan. But I don't think you're... And that's...
You are right. I don't want
Just do...
that.
I was told...
Yeah, but you made it look easy. Maybe someday you could give classes to the novice scouts.
I'd be delighted.
Wins, yes. Ooh, we'll introduce...
You'd like that, wouldn't you? It's okay. And
You know, I can't...
from what...
Yeah.
Hey,
Actually, they're not. I'm not being shunned.
sounds like you should...
Yeah. Why did you do all that for me?
I
do?
Yes. I would do everything I'm not... You are, Casmin.
What do you mean?
Every day, if you'd like.
A pleasant morning to you. What's on your mind?
I've got something that I'm struggling to believe.
Then it must be something rather special.
It's about something the Herald said when I fought it in the source. It said that it was from elsewhere. A place we wouldn't be able to understand. And the Herald claimed to be older than the Surge. Much older.
That is a fascinating assertion. And we've received reports of it reappearing after you defeated it.
Right. I heard that too. I would have mentioned this earlier, but with all the action and me almost dying...
Say no more. I do, however, think that Aurea and Dharm need to hear about this too. Aurea? Dharm? Would you mind coming over here?
You're looking uncharacteristically serious, Lane.
I'm looking normal, I think. But you are correct.
Bryn?
The Herald claimed to have existed for a long time before the Surge. And it said that at the heart of the Source, there's a breach between worlds. That's where the Surgeborn came from.
I don't know how we'll tell everyone about this. Will they panic? Will they even believe us? Should we tell them at all?
Hold on, Lane. You're jumping to conclusions. It's possible that the Surgeborn was lying.
It's true. Even though it never technically lied to Bryn, it certainly enjoyed its little mind games.
I really don't think that's the case. It wanted Bryn to join it, and this would explain so much about the origin of the Surgeborn.
I believe the solution to our worries is, as always, more research. Bryn, since we've received reports of the Herald reappearing, would you mind hunting it down for us again? Specifically, to know for sure whether it is as otherworldly as it claimed to be, I will need you to harvest its pattern. As fresh as possible for me.
Absolutely. I've already killed this thing twice. A third time will be a piece of cake.
Splendid! Understanding the unknown kills any fear it may hold over us. Is this course of action acceptable to you two?
Yes. Sounds good to me. What do you think, Lane? Would that make you feel better?
I suppose that's a sensible way forward. Sorry, big revelation. I need to take some time to process this. Dharm, will we analyze the resonance together? I need to prepare my workstation.
One step at a time, my friend.
Of course. The resonance, yes. Good luck, Bryn.
Don't need luck when I've got a team like you behind me.
Oh, drat. Wait! No, I am... I am delighted to see you.
Never bet against the elk.
Indeed.
I'm both sorry and not sorry about your bet, Dharm.
Oh, no matter. It was a friendly wager, and I'm a fool for underestimating you. I have every plan to continue studying the Source while I can. The Axel has given me special dispensation. She feels my presence somewhat tempers the ambitions of the High Enchanter. He seems rather keen on becoming the next Spindle, less so on securing a sustainable future for the Enclave. At the same time, I'm told the Alchemists are making a hard push for their representative to take the position. Their political jockeying buys me time to poke and prod the Enclave secrets. I have no complaints. Sola's been teasing me about it incessantly, of course, reminding me to take a breath of all things. Which reminds me, I do have some things to attend to, so I won't bend your ear unnecessarily. Here if you need me for anything, Bryn of Calmhaven.
I don't know many weavers who could do... Scratch that.
I feel a bit like...
We thought you had.
Dharm and the Axel practically tossed me through. I suppose...
Let alone surviving what the Spindle didn't.
She did it for the Enclave.
I can't argue with... On to the next.
On to the next.
Bryn, you okay?
Yeah. Why?
No, really.
Oria,
I hadn't. Leaders should know what's going on with their team. I failed her.
there was no way you could have known. But thankfully,
I know you're right.
she's not alone.
All the same. Moving.
I know.
It is good.
Thanks, Ev.
No. And even if anything,
Aw, you remember.
the only thing left for me, not that the veil give.
The Axel will love to.
Yes. I am a bit just so long as it's stabilized.
She's like my mother. Always.
And unlike my last patron,
Now that Casman's trading with the halves, they've been wearing. Though I'll have some.
Sev won't be.
The Axel has. Besides,
I didn't think it was possible.
me working. You? Who would have thought?
Not me.
You? We've all.
Do you ever miss the.
Strangely, though, give us a.
There she is. I'll admit. Well, you were not. All of her. Anyway, the veil's not. And with you in. Hard to believe.
The Axel seemed.
Haroon's also.
At least we.
You've been. But you tell me. Am I ready?
I'm with the Axel.
A shift in the winds.
Still. Look at.
I do. I doubt I can capture that
I'm excited to.
I hope I live up to your.
You will.
You were really.
I was told.
Yeah, but you made it look easy. Maybe someday you could, give.
I overheard, like.
Well, you make it look.
I've heard people.
I've read about that, but yes. You know, I can't.
From what?
Yeah.
As a feather. I feel like I can finally exhale.
Not everything is solved, but with the source stable, people are smiling at the hold again.
Goodness. You've just been to the brink. You're allowed to.
I get bored easily.
Well, I'll say that with the Ark of in time, we'll everyone in the hall, children and adults.
I know what it's like. It's hard.
I've been asked by a citizen committee to Spindle's Day.
Ah.
I wish things were different, but I think it's.
She'd be real.
I would hope so, day by day. When we met, before you, but when you ran, that was the moment. I wasn't quite.
And how about.
I believe. Anything else?
I'll let them know.
Please do. As always, promise me you'll take a.
I will.
You just. But no.
Not my fault.
Right. Lane, in particular.
Their contribution with that, I don't think they could.
You would be fools. I wanted to meet Lane's welcome to visit the hold anytime.
I'll pass it along.
Now. I'm encouraged by
the opportunity to.
We're going to find out. It's key. I shudder to think.
It seems
Unexpected.
Haroon had as much as it is. Something.
You're being a. You can't talk. We didn't just cut off your ability to access the scry, the Ark of Verdance. Huh. just need to do it again. Good news. I harvested the Herald's pattern.
Splendid. If you'll let me handle the resonance. Dom, come and look at this. Bryn's brought back the Surgeborn resonance, and...
Fascinating. It really is like nothing I've laid hands on.
The Herald was telling the truth, then. About this, at least.
Walk me through it, team.
Dom, do you want to...
Yes. This is the second resonance I've had access to, and I didn't realize before, but... it's clearly not of this world. It resembles nothing mentioned in any literature I've ever seen. The Hearthsiders' libraries have nothing about this, not even the Spindle's tomes. Exploring the possibility of other worlds could consume decades of a researcher's life, and they'd barely scratch the surface. It was a theoretical, primary theological pursuit before, but this strand changes everything.
So you're suggesting this is an entirely novel field of research?
That is precisely the fact of the matter, my curly-haired friend.
I'm happy for you both. I really am. But I've got some mild concerns about this resonance I've brought home. Particularly around the risk of it regenerating into a Surgeborn the size of a Hallowpire temple when we're not looking.
I would not like to see that either. The resonance is self-healing, but beyond that, it seems that some other element dictates the Herald's regeneration. I would not be surprised if you saw it again, but without its connection to home, it will not be able to evolve or adapt.
So the resonance heals itself, but it won't turn into a Surgeborn on its own. Good.
There's something else to worry about. One large thing. What amount of this information are we comfortable sharing? And with whom?
I wish I could draw from weaving history to provide guidance, but something this big has never happened before.
The Axel has always appreciated our transparency. We should tell her first.
I would assume she's busy with her duties as interim leader, but on the other hand... I've no clue. Truly, my font of wisdom runs empty.
I think this one's big enough that we can bother her about it without feeling guilty.
You're right, of course. I'll meet you in Cassidy's hold. I just need to document this while it's fresh in my mind.
And I will continue experimenting. What a wonderful opportunity.
See you in the hold, Lane.
Good morning, Karnatame. Might we trouble you with some questions of a fairly important nature?
You're already here, so you may as well.
This is a pretty big one, for the record.
We have learned something astounding about the Surgeborn and the fundamental nature of the source.
Something new?
Yes. When Bryn was engaged in combat down in the source, the Herald spoke to her of its origins. It told her it hailed from another world, and at the source is a celestial wound through which the Surgeborn found their way here.
We thought it might have been lying, trying to throw me off. But recently, we realized it's regenerated. So I killed it again. Took a resonance from its pattern to Lane and Dom, and...
It was all true.
all of it.
Dom is very excited about the existence of other worlds and will continue researching, but it sits ill with me.
How so?
You and I spoke at length on how the truth, the whole truth, must be made available to all. That this isn't just some political secret. It changes our approach to everything. Religion, weaving, the way we place ourselves in the world.
I understand. I assume you've thought a great deal about this. Give me a risk assessment.
That's just the thing. Understanding more about the world. It's beautiful. Wonderful. I have enough perspective, however, to know that the same may not be true for others. Especially those who have lived here through the Surge. Would it bring peace to their hearts? Would this knowledge, shared free to all, improve their lives? I fear not. But perhaps I am the fool for thinking that I am wise enough to know what is best for others.
I see. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. First things first, we need to find out what Kenrick knew about this. Let's fetch him, shall we?
What do you want?
I was hoping to draw on some of your memories, if you wouldn't mind. It's in regards to a security matter.
If it's a security matter, then those two shouldn't be privy to it.
That's no longer your call. In the years where you held the Surge-born Talon in custody, did it ever speak to you of its origins?
I will not incriminate myself.
I'm simply asking a question from someone who's in charge to someone who was in charge.
And you may simply ram that question up where the sun doesn't shine.
You're useless. You may leave.
I'm useless. I'm not the one chasing religious fairy tales about worlds beyond our own. Ridiculous.
So you knew, and kept it to yourself. That's more than enough from you.
I'll leave you to your hunt for a desert Akala, then.
Exhausting. I'm sorry about him, as always. Now, given the services you have rendered us, I believe you deserve a little trust. So I'll listen to what you think I should tell our people of the Herald and the worlds beyond ours and whatever else.
It's humbling to have earned such trust, and we won't squander it. Before I speak, do you have any thoughts on this, Bryn?
When I brought the resonance back to camp, Dom said that it meant the arrival of an entirely new field of research. The Enclave's researchers never got to properly understand the Surgeborn before the labs were overrun. I don't know. I think it would be a shame if Dom was the only person in the entire world to have that opportunity. Even though I know he'd do an amazing job, it would be sad to force him to work in secret for the rest of his life.
I don't think that'd be ideal, no. Lane, please regale us with your conclusions.
Bryn covered some of what I've been musing over, but for the sake of completeness, I'll recap it all with my own thoughts. 3 major facets of this problem loom in my mind. First, that of the research possibilities. Keeping this revelation under lock and key would obviously gatekeep untold numbers of discoveries. Second, that of those who adhere to the various religions around the Maida. I fear that disclosing the existence of other worlds to the public at large could upset a great many people at best, and trigger a holy war at worst. They have been waged on far smaller provocations than this. Finally, and most importantly, so many of the problems we've encountered here have been because people kept secrets. Whether they were forced to keep them or not, the existence of those secrets significantly hamstrung our efforts to learn about the Enclave. If I had any choice in the matter, I would change that status quo in a heartbeat.
Now is your chance. If you want to seize the moment, I will respect your choice.
The irony is that I find myself faltering on the precipice, because I've now been presented with truly dangerous knowledge. Before I entered the Enclave, before we undertook this wondrous journey, I would have been adamant that everyone know each intimate detail. But now, I believe we must find an acceptable truth to share. But not the whole truth.
What do you have in mind, then?
Subject to your approval, we start by telling your people the story of the Source, the entire truth, barring that of the breach. Then we tell the people that, as it stands right now, The monster they saw at the Grand Gate is eternal. But, more importantly, we are working on ways to combat it. We keep its true origins close to our chest. Knowing how to contain the Surgeborn is much more important. For now, we tell part of the truth. We share select details and let the people weave their own interpretations. We control the narrative by allowing conflicting narratives to spread. And one day, the denizens of the Maida may be ready to know the full truth. Is that acceptable to you, Karnatame?
Yes, it is. And might I say, you would have made an amazing politician had you stayed in Judea.
That's kind of you to say. But I have too strong a moral core to do that kind of work.
Very understandable. It's not for everyone. Nevertheless, I will communicate our story to the public. Let's hope the ensuing chaos is limited. I'd like to build trust again.
It's the right thing to do.
Lane, Bryn, thank you for your time and assistance.
It has been our everlasting pleasure, Karnatame.
What have I done?
As if a great weight has been lifted from my shoulders. When one begins to live their life beyond dusty old tomes, they must reckon with the complexities that are part and parcel of lived experience. Which is to say, you have truly been an agent of change in my life, Bryn. In wonderful ways, of course.
Well, you're not so bad yourself.
I try my best. But really, I feel good.
How are you feeling about your research as a whole?
Excellent. I'm going to chronicle everything. Even if some of it may not see the light of day for some time, I have faith that it will, someday. And when it does, it will be useful to those who need it.
And what about that? Keeping it under wraps, I mean.
I suppose I have learned a sense of nuance. In Judea, keeping secrets was like breathing, but almost every secret was trivial or petty at best. And more importantly, kept as a means through which to exert power. That was Kenrick's approach too. Power through secrets. Whereas I would hope that my reasons to keep secrets are driven by a sense of care and kindness. Do you think so?
I do. And more importantly, I know you're the kind of person to seek outside accountability if you need it.
With you and everyone else at my back, my worries are now few and far between. All that remains is to continue my research. And I'll need you to keep bringing back items of interest, of course.
I won't stop looking for things to bring home. Don't you worry.
Then I won't keep you. Get adventuring. You were tremendous at the source. I'll admit, you've made. So,
I need to keep...
I don't think...
And yet so.
Getting back in... There's obviously more research to be done on the Enclave, and I'm still very appreciative of anything you bring back for me to look over. But me? I might take a day off. I think I've earned it. It's been a remarkably difficult chapter for all of us. While there's still more to do, I think we can take a moment to congratulate ourselves on making it this far. Only then can we look forward. And after all, who knows what the future holds?
And after we congratulate ourselves, what then?
We get back to it, just like we always do.
Well said.
It's a tragic story, really.
The dissenters?
Yes. They were scared. Everyone was. And I don't blame them for not trusting the Eye. So they did what they felt right, and...
It all went wrong anyway.
Feels a bit familiar, doesn't it?
I think we fared a little better than they did, in the end. We might still be stuck in the Enclave, but we've achieved so much. Especially when it comes to the Hearthsiders. They trust us now. And if we work together, I'm sure we can find a way back out.
Very true. I'm sure the dissenters would have been happy to see the progress we've made. While their methods may have been ineffective, it's important to remember that they were a product of circumstance. After all, it's hard to make wise choices in a climate of panic. Their intentions were good. So, I would like to imagine that our efforts honor their memories, at the very least.
For sure.
Bryn?
Oh,
Yes.
so...
I come to you with a
I
I have to put it, and you make me... I'm sorry if this...
You know, that if I...
But?
No, but... You're bold. And if I...
Well,
come a little closer...
Whisper. You know, I was pretty... It's hard to believe.
I could say the same about you.
I suppose are.
I love that you're not intimidated by me. Mostly because I can deadlift them.
Oh. Was there something...
Yeah.
Ah, by all means.
Can I ask about your family? Is there anyone you've spoken to since leaving home?
My parents? Definitely not. My older sister, though. I sent some letters back. Unfortunately, we traversed the Vale before any responses had a chance to make their way to me. Out of all of my siblings, Mirren is the one who's most likely to reject the status quo at home. But whether my letters found their way past the censors, well, I suppose I'll learn if we're ever able to leave. She is wonderful, though. Very lively. Unsuited to and rather uninterested in political maneuvering.
Sounds like we'd get along.
Like a house on fire, I'd expect.
So... what was the moment that made you fall for me?
The moment we lost Scry while you were at the source. I was terrified that I'd left it too late. But then you returned to us, and my heart swelled with indescribable emotion. I could not help but realize, all along, that I had been yearning for you.
You're adorable.
And you're breathtaking.
Okay, enough questions. I'm getting lost in your eyes and your gorgeous face in general. I think blue might be my favorite color now.
If you like them so much, why not come a little closer?
Oh, you're incorrigible.
No, you're incorrigible.
Hey there, good looking.
Who? Me?
Don't play coy with me. You know you're a treat on the eyes.
You want to know my favorite thing about you?
I do.
You always make me smile. I feel like I can do anything with you. I think we might be perfect for each other.
Oh, stop it.
Never.
Then I'll have to tell you my favorite thing about you.
Oh no, my one weakness. Flattery.
Whenever I compliment you, you get the most adorable blush on your face.
I definitely do not.
I wish you could see yourself through my eyes right now.
The love writ across your face speaks volumes all by itself. You know, I've got a few minutes until the solution is finished precipitating. Do you want to go for a walk?
Oh, absolutely.
So, where do we go from here?
I was going to get breakfast. Want something?
No, I meant us.
Well, if we ever manage to get out of here, I'd love for you to meet my parents. I sent some letters before we went through the veil, but there's no way of knowing whether they replied. I love them. I'd love to see them again, but I don't know if I'd be welcomed back into the town with open arms, so to speak.
Because you left to become a weaver?
Yeah, exactly. That might make it tricky, but my mother would be absolutely charmed by you.
Oria told me she's a judge for your clan, is that correct? A Dalrad? She sounds fearsome. And what of your father?
We were always close. He supported my choice no matter what. And he always hoped I'd settle down with someone who treated me right. I miss home a lot. Being trapped in here, it makes you think a lot about what's important to you. What about you? Anyone back in Judea who might have some funny stories about you?
My older sister would relish in watching me squirm while relating some of my more embarrassing moments.
That was Mirren, right? When we get out of here, we'll go visit her. How's that sound?
That solely depends on whether Oria will be willing to let her point and lawkeeper elope before the next job.
If I tell her there are embarrassing Lane stories at stake, I'm sure she'll launch the boat herself.
You're a terrible tease.
Would it make it all better if I went and got you something from the cook fire?
Yes, but next time it's my turn.
No, you already do so much.
I would bring you every meal every day if it meant I got to see the fire that sparks behind your eyes when you look at me.
I love you.
I love you too. Now, snack time?
Let's go together then.
So, where do we go from here?
I was going... Well, I don't...
Because you left...
Yeah, but my...
Oria told... And what of your father?
We were always... And I miss... What about you? That was... When we get...
That's so...
If I would it make it all...
Yes.
No.
I would bring...
I love you.
I love you. Now.
Lane seems to be moving with a great deal of confidence lately. We all have our struggles, but Lane is moving through theirs like a fish through water, all thanks to you.
I'm really enjoying having them around too.
Do take care of them for me, yes? I worry.
Oh?
They are susceptible to shouldering others' burdens, sometimes without realizing it. I'm sure you've noticed, but their sense of empathy and of justice runs deeper than most.
It's easy to miss, but I completely agree.
With your support, they will come out of every challenge stronger and wiser than ever.
So, you and Lane.
Do you approve?
I do, as a matter of fact. I consider Lane a dear friend. They deserve someone great like you. And as such, if either of you hurts the other, or messes this up in any way whatsoever, the party at fault will spend a week eating cold mashed potatoes for dinner.
That's only fair. Who would have thought the Herald was telling the truth about the source?
Not me. The fact that it so readily shared that information, it doesn't sit well with me.
Do you think it was trying to manipulate us?
Every word it ever spoke was in service of that goal. Just focus on what you do best. Answers will come with time.
Will do.
Did I hear right that you and Lane are together? I'm really happy for the two of you. Lane's crazy smart and has been slipping me books from their collection.
Really? They're usually very protective.
Oh, it's on pain of death if I damage them in any way, so that tracks. Lane, I heard you edited the Axel's speech for Spindle's Day. It was lovely.
It was beautifully written. I made some minor grammatical edits, but the soul of the speech was perfect. Brilliance, selflessness, and sacrifice like hers comes along once in a lifetime.
Yeah. That line got me too.
I find myself once more mining the past for clues. An impulse not born of regret this time. We've achieved much together, it's true. But beyond this, what more can we do?
We've done everything we can, right? So perhaps we just need to have faith.
As alien as it is to me, yes. At some point, we need to lean on belief, founded in trust, founded in fact. Doing it again?
I don't think I've seen you like this before.
It's not my most particularly favorite way to be.
Why don't we run through some of the preparations you've made to take your mind off it?
Right, yes. I've prepared all the potions and filters you might need. Mixed them up in bulk, thanks to the equipment I've gathered. From the raw ingredients to the essential alkahests to the final product, I am sure that what I've made is of the highest possible quality. You're right. It did help.
After the surge, we no longer had any reason to celebrate. Our seasons were broke. I've lived if we and will Hiru don't die.
Hasn't happened. We all wanted.
I get it's when it's but you have ever eaten. I'm by in this. I mean,
You're going, but you. What? I am asleep.
would me. I
We.
this what? I can't.
Cass,
Surprised not too long ago,
I'm glad to hear it.
Thanks to you. I know you can do this. No matter what you're going to kick its proverbial butt out of the source.
Cass,
Yeah, well,
thanks. We all wanted to come together.
I guess I have.
it's hard.
We're not here to.
You can tell.
It started a while, but the aftermath.
You are.
After the surge, there were camps. Each of us, unless I know, by dawn, that must be. It is. In this space. How come?
I mean, I'm the only freak going off the deep end.
This isn't. You can't.
I don't know how.
What?
I
I have something. A sleeping.
would you be
Maybe.
I won't let.
We've got.
All right. This isn't working. Shh. What if
She.
I can't just.
How about?
The last conversation I had with the Spindle was about Ira's plague. I went to Cassidon's Hold to visit her.
Really? Well, my understanding was that she didn't experience it herself.
No, but she understood being stigmatized by it. Even though Ira's plague affects many races, most believe it only affects Kashar. I haven't known many others like me throughout my life. Not intimately, at least. It was nice to speak with someone who understood that part of me.
I'm glad you got that chance.
Agreed. We never know how much time we'll have with someone.
Too true. Hey, how you feeling?
I'm... oh, actually, they're not. I'm not being shunned.
Sounds like you should keep.
Yeah. Why did you do all that for me?
Wouldn't you do the same for?
I...
Then why wouldn't we?
I just...
You are Casmin.
What do you mean?
Every day, if you'd like.
So, turns out I don't need it as...
Funny how much clarity.
Yeah. Along with a few other...
Wow.
Don't mention it.
We all wanted to come to...
I guess when it's but you after eaten, I know by dawn that must be it is in this. How come? I mean, I'm the only freak.
You're going, but you're...
I don't.
What?
I
have some...
Would you maybe?
I won't...
We've...
Right. This isn't work. Shh. What if
She...
I can't?
How...
The last
Really?
No, I haven't. It was nice.
I'm glad you...
Agreed.
Too true. Hey,
I'm actually. They're not. I'm not being.
sounds like...
Yeah. Why did you do all that for me?
I... You mean a lot to me, Casmin.
I do.
I would do everything I just did. You are, Casmin.
Would you mean?
Every day, if you'd like.
So, turns out.
Funny.
Yeah. Along with.
Wow.
Don't mention. Hey,
Of course.
great. Mind if we speak some?
Lead the way.
So, there's.
What's up?
Honestly, I was. At first, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I think I'm.
Kaz. But...
Oh,
Of course.
talk later?
Talk later.
Bryn?
Oh.
Yes.
So,
I come to...
I...
I tried to... I've got to put it... I have fought. I look... And you make me... I'm sorry if this is inappropriate. We work and live...
So...
But... Right.
Are you okay?
My opinion...
I...
No regret.
Take all the talk later.
So... There's though... But...
You're...
I know. And I'll...
Of course.
I'll...
Anyone else missing Seb? He was always quiet, but his presence was felt nonetheless.
I definitely miss his help, but I'm happy he's found his place in the band.
So,
This is
her end?
Yikes.
No,
Funny.
you are.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, great.
Hard to believe I have a title now.
The Axel seemed certain you were...
Haroon's also a politician.
Do you think this will...
In time, I do have some promise.
Takes multiple people.
You got me. If one group wins, listen to me.
Would you support...
Haroon's a practical farming and...
Which gives...
It does, but implicitly.
Job one will...
If it were all on me, you tell me. Am I ready?
You're ready to be a Khan. And that's to your credit.
You are right. I don't want to make my people think I'm shirking lead.
Just do it.
That. Hey, you.
Really well.
Still reeling a little from the... Forces me to be up all day.
Dom uses some kind of sleep...
Oh, are they the secret weapon? I can stay up past noon regularly, but...
To be fair, I think that's just Dom. Fueled by his love of enchantment and solar in equal measure. You should talk to Lane. I think Dom splits his sleeps.
It's not like you have...
Are you saying you'd like to stay up to spend time with me too?
Yeah. Ooh, you were
I was told time...
Yeah, but you made it look easy. Maybe someday you could, give classes to the novice scouts.
I'd be delighted. But I need permission to be a total hard ass. That work?
Wins, yes. Oh, we'll introduce you as Coach Bryn and you can wear like really tight pants.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No, I swear.
It's okay, Eric. I'm just teasing. But if you're gonna float opportunities to make you blush, I have to go for it. And more to the point, I'm game. We'll tackle it when the dust is all settled.
All this time.
Sounds like you two.
Just remind.
Was there something?
Not her. You know, I can't stop.
From what Sev said?
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway. Hard to believe.
The axe.
Haroon,
Job what?
if it were, you tell me. Am I ready?
I'm with the axe.
A shift in the.
Still.
I do. I doubt I.
I'm excited.
I hope I live.
You.
Hey, you.
Really well?
Still forces.
Damn you.
Oh, I can stay.
To be fair, I think.
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
I was told
Yeah, but you made it look easy.
I'd be delighted.
Wins, yes.
You'd like that.
And all this
Sounds
just
was
not. You know.
from
Yeah.
What's the verdict with the?
Not, but I have every reason that they're so. Have you?
No.
Ah,
The patterns.
subtle, but
So things might.
I think so. How exactly?
We have to tell the Axel.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, you.
Really well?
Still forces me to be up.
Damn you.
Oh, I can stay.
To be fair, I think.
It's.
Are you?
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, but you made it look easy.
I overheard Lane say the same thing.
Well, you make.
I've heard people.
I've read it, but yes. All this
Sounds like.
just
What?
not. You know.
From what's.
Yeah.
Anyone else missing Sev? He's always quiet.
Both of you.
It is.
You have.
Yes, sweet.
Arakim. Even in each guild to win this.
You've been.
I have been.
Always.
What I have. But in what? Just as to lay out.
You
should act. I know you're. So yeah.
You.
I did. The scout. Unless you.
No.
Good. She read. Now take. If we have learned anything in the past while, may your...
Hard to believe
The Axel
The rune's also up.
job one will...
If it were all on me, you tell me. Am I ready?
I'm with the Axel.
A shift in the wind.
Still,
I do. I doubt I can cap.
I'm excited to...
I hope I live up.
You will.
Hey, of course, could lead. So, there's what on. I don't know what you'd cap us that. What we do. Hey, not a she's. Oh, turns out. But seriously, I like you. You sure you're not going to change your mind?
You're everything I could want. Going through rough patches in life doesn't change that. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared you might change your mind about me too. Everyone's afraid of rejection.
It's hard to imagine you being afraid of anything.
I'm not going anywhere. I promise.
Good. I wasn't planning on letting you go anyway. You're staring. What's got you in such a good mood?
What? I can't admire my gorgeous girlfriend.
You can. But none of this showing up here just to look at me with love in your eyes. That's too mushy. Especially in front of Aurea. At least come up with something clever to talk about.
Sure. I can find something to talk about. Ah! What made you fall head over heels for me?
Subtle. I guess I believe that the best thing you can do with your life is be in service of others. And that's what you embody. As a friend, as a point, as a leader. Yet, somehow you do it without burning out or putting others above yourself in an unhealthy way. That's very attractive.
That's what draws me to you. How caring you are. And more importantly, how you're learning to turn that care in towards yourself.
I'm trying, at least. I like that you noticed.
Are you worried that Aurea won't approve of us?
No, she thinks it's... cute.
Then why are you worried about her seeing us be cute?
It's not just her. It's everyone. You make me so happy. And I guess I'm afraid that if everyone sees how happy I am around you, then they'll know how devastated I'll be if it doesn't work out. This is still really new. Is it bad if I need to take things slow before I can parade our cuteness around the camp?
Of course not. But just so you know, You make me incredibly happy too. If I have my way, this will totally work out.
That's reassuring.
So, if being mushy around the caravan isn't ideal, tell me what you'd like to do when we have some downtime.
I'd love to. It's dumb.
Now you have to tell me.
Stargazing. When I worked the shipping lanes, I learned a lot about navigation by the stars. Maybe it'd be fun to... I don't know.
Kaz, nothing would make me happier than a date by starlight with you.
Oh, I think it would be so peaceful.
Tell me about yourself then. What's the happiest memory from your childhood?
It rained a lot in Dunbrennig, so we didn't do this often. But on the rare sunny days, my mum took me to the beach. We'd both bring books and blankets to spend the day reading on the hot sandy coastline.
That sounds lovely.
It was.
Unfortunately, your adorable face has left me speechless.
Oh, gods. I'll meet you in your tent later. You can stare all you like then.
Looking forward to it.
Could we just fill our lives with slow mornings in your tent from now on?
You'll get no complaints here. I take every chance I can get to watch the sunrise with you.
How do you do it?
Do what?
Make rest bearable. I've never been one to just sit in stillness. In fact, before you, lazing around sounded like torture. Not making the most of every second made me want to claw my skin off.
That sounds so sad to me.
I guess it was. With you, I can just be. And it's enough.
I know what you mean.
Really? Because it seems like you've been an expert at staying present long before I came along. Sometimes it feels like you're ahead of me on a lot of this stuff.
I guess I've always thought that happiness only exists in the present. Planning too much for the future breeds anxiety, and meditating too much on the past breeds loss. So I have always tried to just be, as much as anyone can. But with you, these slow moments somehow make me feel... irrelevant? Well, that sounds bad, but I mean it in a good way.
I know. Like, there's no one to save and nothing to fix. The world just melts away.
Hard to believe I have a
The Axel Haroon job or
If it were all, you tell me.
I'm with
A shift in the...
still.
I do. I doubt
I'm excited.
I hope I live...
You
Hey, you.
really well?
Still forces me...
Damn you.
Oh, I can stay up...
To be fair, I think you should. I think.
It's...
Are you?
Yeah. Oh, hey. I heard about you and Kasmin.
Yeah. We're really happy.
So, she's doing okay, overall?
Had a rough spell, but she's doing so much better.
I heard the outline of it, but didn't want to pry. I'm really glad to hear she's good and that you're happy. Ooh, you were really...
I was told time.
Yeah, but you made it look easy.
I overheard.
Well, you... I've read about... But yes. All this time
Sounds like you two hadn't.
just reminds me that you've got to tell people how you feel when you get the chance.
Was there something you wish you had told the spindle?
Just how much I appreciated her level head and expertise. And that we all knew her father wasn't why she was the spindle. You know, I can't...
From what?
Yeah. Hard to believe.
The Axel
Runes or
job one will.
if it were all, you tell me.
You're ready to be a Khan, and that's to your.
You are right. I don't want
Just do it.
that. Hey, you.
Really well.
Still really forces me to.
Dom uses.
Oh, I can stay up.
To be fair, I think that's just Dom. Fueled by his love of enchantment and solar in equal measure. The scouts probably appreciate you. You must have a day watch.
Yes. I'll talk to Lane.
I was told
Yeah, but you made it look easy. Maybe someday you could give classes to the novice scouts.
I'd be delighted.
Wins, yes. Ooh, we'll introduce you as Coach Bryn and you can wear like really tight.
I've had people note.
I've read about that, but yes. Breathing for all this time.
Sounds like
Just
was the
not. You know,
from what
yeah. Hard to believe.
the Axel
Rune.
job one.
If it were all, you tell me. Am I
I'm with the
a shift?
still.
I do. I doubt it.
I'm excited.
I hope I live.
You
Hey, you.
really well.
Still forces me.
Damn you.
Oh, I can stay.
To be fair, you should talk to Lane. I think.
It's not like.
Are you saying?
Yeah.
I was told.
Yeah, but you made it look easy.
I overheard.
Well, you. I've read about. But yes. All this
Sounds like
just
was
not. You know.
from.
Yeah. Hard to believe.
The Axel
Runes.
job one.
If it were, you tell me.
I'm with the
A shift in.
still.
I do. I doubt it.
I'm excited.
I hope I.
You
Hey, you.
really well.
Still forces me.
Damn you.
Oh, I can stay up.
To be fair, you. I think.
It's.
Are you?
Yeah.
I was told.
Yeah, but you made it look easy.
I'd be delighted.
Wins, yes.
You'd like that.
It's.
And
All this
sounds like
just
was
not. You know.
from what?
Yeah.
Bryn,
Yeah.
no.
Aurea.
I have leaders should know what's going on with their team. I failed her.
You can't save it. And that
She is.
she would do
All the same.
I know. All right, everyone.
Using the
It is advised.
the miasma.
And how she'll drop Sky.
Don't.
Once she...
And what about that?
That's where you.
You really think you can do this?
When I doubt my own abilities, Aurea is going to guide. Arik has brought us into your world and set.
You've asked me to guide us. Now, it's time for you to trust.
Kenrick lied to us for death, but with how we will stay.
Thank you.
Bryn, this is going to be a challenging expedition.
Have Arik.
Good.
You all.
I know.
All right.
Hey,
How's it?
sorry. I get kind of keyed up before it, and this is a big one.
Maybe the biggest. At least in recent memory.
Legendary understatement. Anyway, we're as ready as we can be on my end. They'll be reporting on Surgeborn behavior. We're even field testing some reweaves.
Sounds like the guide is settling into his role pretty smoothly.
Yeah, well, I mean, someone's got to. We're going to do this, Bryn. You're going to do this.
That's the plan.
You're what we needed. Someone to...
Arthur, have you suddenly learned to read and write? I'll try harder with the belly rubs, I promise.
Bryn, not just quick of...
It's always.
Not everyone can catalyze it. You'll always have...
How you feel?
We are as ready as we...
Rather a lot.
Yes. Hope, if you believe...
Solar.
These and that's on
Me.
use and then I just
Come on.
don't want you get
Anytime.
I'm
Glad to hear.
I find myself an impulse of cheap, but beyond.
We've done as. I don't think. Why don't.
Right, from the. I am. You're right.
After house, I've lived. If we and
We'll get.
Hiru don't die down.
Hasn't happened. Kaz.
Sir, not too long.
I'm glad.
Thanks to you. I know you can do this. You're going to kick its... Yeah, well...
Thanks. I'm sure
It's but my
taking him.
I'm at
That's
one
always.
when the time
If I.
we both happy to have you over here, sir.
I've run it.
I can freeze.
When I told you, you and a lot. But I'm going.
Depend.
Why do you keep speaking with me?
If you enjoy
I do come.
my aunt.
You're
Sev is set.
I hope this works.
We have every... I'll tell Sev to get...
You've kept me waiting.
Ignore it.
I plan to.
You'll find I demand attention. Admit it. You're a little curious about me. After all, you have paid me a visit in my cell.
I'm not listening to you.
But imagine what I could offer you if you did.
How'd that work out for Kenrick Staneld?
Breathe through it, Bryn. I know its voice is making your skin crawl. I feel it too.
It helps when you guys are talking, instead of it.
Then we'll keep talking. We're here for you.
No matter what that voice says, you stopped the Herald before. You can do it again.
That very friend of yours betrayed you, and yet you don't mind having him in your ear. Double standard.
Rin, you put your faith in me at the Grand Gate. I'm doing the same for you now. None of us would still be here if it weren't for you.
You're getting close. One last chance. Join me, and I'll grant you strength beyond your wildest dreams.
I've already told you, I don't need it.
If you're strong enough without me, why are there 7 crutches chattering in your ear?
They're not crutches. They're friends.
We could be friends. Son, join me.
We will both become stronger. I stopped you once before.
You had. short. I'll end yours next.
There she is.
I live!
I'll admit, you had us all worried for a beat there. But it's good to see you back on your feet.
Tell me about you, Eric.
Well, on the one hand, Hirun and I don't always see. We're hoping to lift the
And on the other...
I feel like I've won some kind of prize being allowed to spend... You're all such veterans as weavers. Exceptionally well... Disoriented.
That will be easy.
Yeah.
How are the people?
Everyone can feel... It's like a pressure...
Perhaps lit...
The raw magic, you mean?
That all sounds...
Well, you were not allowed to...
Oh, spirits.
All of us. Really. Anyway, beyond that, it's hard to say. I suppose we start to reclaim... The Veil's not down, just stable. And with you and your band here, I'm pretty sure...
You were true. I'll admit, well, you've...
So, I need to...
I don't think...
And yet, so,
Getting back into the...
sounds interesting.
I look forward to discussing it with you. It's been a remarkably... While there's still more, only then...
And after we
We get back to it.
Well said.
Anyone else feeling a little lighter these days?
As a feather.
I feel like I can finally exhale.
Not everything's so. But with the source stable, keep smiling.
Glad to see Lane's the axle and she seemed... I'll have to... The relief effort, but the people start could be as small as an appointment with your local... You can't plan for the future.
You think the Hearthsiders are...
Not even close.